budget. Our budget is pretty well maxed out, looks like. And Bonnie and I spent time going through it and doing a lot of thinking, and so what's here is what's here.
I do have a couple of questions about stuff that I want to put on it. The dump truck, okay, so we moved that money, the 125 to capital outlay. Now, how much is this gonna cost, or are we gonna finish paying it in next year? And if so, can I get kind of an estimate? I would rather be a little high, so Nick, if either that, because I'm just gonna create an account called dump truck.
So I think we're getting the body and everything
Yeah.
this fiscal year.
This fiscal year.
And then the blade and spreader are next fiscal year.
Right.
And the last estimate I got was 20 to 25, but I'm guessing we better figure at least 30 with the way prices are going up.
Okay, so we have, let's see, the blade, because maybe I'll just make it separate. Blade and
Yeah.
spreader.
Yes.
The truck is gonna be this year, and the goodies that make it run will
Okay.
be next year.
Yeah, the body will be this year, the dump body, and then the blade and spreader will be next year, and chains and whatever else goes with the
Okay,
winter.
so I'm gonna
stuff.
put 15K on each one for the spreader and the blade.
And I will get a hold of those people and let them know kind of what we're thinking and see if they have any idea of what the future price will be in October.
Right, yeah, because if we have to up it, that's okay, because if we don't use it, that's fine. Also, my next suggestion is, and I talked to, Justin and, Josh about it, is, I'm gonna create accounts for each vehicle we have and call it maintenance, like the Toyota maintenance, Chevy maintenance, tractor maintenance. And then we'll allot, couple thousand, for maintenance on that. So that way we can keep track on the budget that they are doing it yearly. So when, we'll see it on our financial statement, that, hey, yeah, they did it this month, or a couple of months ago, or whatever. So if everybody's okay with that, and if we can do something like that, but of course we can't
Right.
approve anything right now. But that was just a suggestion too. That way we can keep better track, instead of, if somebody forgets to write something down, at least then I say, yeah, and who did the maintenance, in case something goes wrong.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Totally
we
fine.
need to keep track of
Yeah.
each item, and then that way we know that it's being,
Yeah.
yeah,
More is always better.
yeah.
Keep track of all the specific stuff for each thing.
Before you
Yeah.
start, check the oil.
Yeah.
We did send the tractor back, but it was under warranty, so
Right.
if it has to go back to Pape again, then we would have a record of it going up there, or them coming down
Mm-hmm.
and doing a service call or whatever.
Did we ever get the gator checked out?
Josh and I did a full service thing on it.
Well, I mean, because there was those electrical issues for the plow,
Oh.
to see if we needed to add a second battery or
No, we
anything.
haven't done that yet. It seems to be running perfectly fine, but when you want to do that before it snows,
Yeah,
I got you.
yep.
It's funny, I never had any trouble with the lights, and I got more lights on mine than what they got on that.
I wonder if they did like with yours, they probably anticipate all the extra stuff, maybe up to,
Maybe.
yeah. That's just something I think we should check out, so,
Yeah.
and hopefully this new Ford doesn't decide to, but like with Kendrick's, they broke a brake line and they were kind of, out of luck for a day or two, so even brand new stuff can have
Yeah,
incidents.
for sure.
I don't know if you noticed too, I put in the email that we had upped auto fuel and payroll.
Yeah, a lot of them have increased substantially.
I have not heard from the county, but it sounds like they're gonna do another 3% increase. So, I know we were talking about our rates going up, so we'll have to have a meeting on that and approve all that stuff too. So that did not change, and none of the revenue has changed because I do not have my budget book yet. So we don't know what we're gonna get for, revenue shares, property tax, an estimate, and things like that. Liquor apportionments, highway users, those are the ones that are usually come through the book.
Usually about July.
Well, no, the book is out online, you know, on the computer, but it's hard because you kind of have to flip the pages and you can earmark the pages that you need. So I ordered a hard copy, but it hasn't come yet. So, and that shouldn't take long to do that, figures on the revenue part of it. But it sounds like sanitation might up their cost too, so.
I'm sure they will with the fuel going up.
So I think our garbage things might go up, I'm not sure when, what. We'll have to figure out what we wanna do there.
So the equipment fuel is just like the off-road diesel stuff, and then the auto fuel is separate? Is that how, because I see equipment fuel and then I see auto fuel?
Yes, equipment fuel is the diesel,
Or
and,
the off-road diesel?
It's on-road diesel now though.
yeah,
Well,
'Cause they
we're,
don't,
yeah, there's some, we got some things to talk about as far as that goes.
okay.
yeah.
Justin, when you diesel up the tractor, in that new diesel there, the way they've got it set up, I think that you can put that, be sure and write down how much you got and what it costs. And I think then when you turn it into the state, and then you can get some,
With the road tax money off.
yeah.
Right, you
So-
should get all your taxes back.
So as of the date the store switched over, you could keep track of the total. Maybe it will say on the receipt how much tax was paid, I don't know.
And
No,
it's
it doesn't.
It doesn't, it just gives you the total.
it's kinda like a farm, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, between state and federal taxes, there's 50-some cents a gallon.
Yeah, I was sad to see the off-road go.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah,
yeah.
I have some thoughts for the next meeting. So what is restock?
You have to put your, or to buy a new tool when they need it.
Oh, okay. I just never,
Well, I'm
well, I mean,
looking,
I know I've seen it on there, I just couldn't remember what it was actually.
I'm
for.
looking at the equipment fuel and maybe we need to up that, Dick. We didn't up it enough. And especially
They don't
since
budget making it.
fuel has been going crazy again.
Yeah.
So maybe we should, I don't know what, because we almost doubled auto fuel. Because, I mean, seriously, the trucks used to be like 40, 45, 50, maybe 50, if they were really low when they filled up. Now we're looking at 100. It's practically doubled.
Gas up a little quicker. So
Yeah.
Go fast.
That's what I've been doing.
I do half a tank.
You know, and it's better to be higher than to go over. Not that going over, but out of the whole, so to speak, like streets, total streets, we have 240. And,
Well, I think that
we
if we do increase that equipment, I would say 2,000 should hopefully be enough for just
diesel,
diesel for the tractor and the backhoe. How many big projects do we have coming up though?
we've got a lot because we've got that $100,000 street. If you see the grant, LTAC, we have $100,000 to work on the streets. That means fixing potholes or dust abatement or actually maybe putting a gravel road into a paved road, things like that. So that's why we have so much in it.
She sent me a text. I found it. She said she sent it, but I didn't get it. I found it today. So Josh is gonna work on her road tomorrow. We're gonna have to talk to Jan though, because it's coming, instead of going into the culvert at the top where it used to, it's just coming down the road now.
So
We're
what
just
I
making
think,
suggestions for the July budget workshop, correct? Or
yes, or not the, but workshop, just
tentative
tentatively, I think the hearing.
We'll look
is
at it.
August.
We're gonna look
The
on
approval is
Jan.
August, July is
So
the
if we
hearing,
figure how we do
I
it.
thought there was a hearing in August.
It's raining harder.
or maybe,
No,
Let it nice rain.
I mean,
July's
Yeah.
we
the
got to have it ready by everything cut and dried, so when it comes to the 1st of October.
Right, and we have a public hearing in August usually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's approved in August, and then because of,
It's
it has
approved
to
as a
be,
tentative.
yeah, because it has to be approved in August because I have to get my L2, and it comes off of the budget for next year in by the end of September. So, that's why I wanted to do the workshop before I left, because then I can make arrangements or have an idea of what we wanna change, you know, so. But my opinion is maybe equipment fuel needs to go up a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say maybe 1,500, 2,000, probably 2,000. Just because we don't know what the future holds
Yeah,
for fuel, especially diesel. You know, because diesel's, yeah, already more expensive than gas.
Yeah, diesel is.
so I'll just put it down as 4K.
10 cents cheaper.
It went down 4 cents this morning. Gas
But-
went up 10 cents.
But it's still like at almost
Oh.
a dollar
It's
more.
Yeah,
$5.39.
Yeah,
And
gas is 4 something, 4.49 I think or
it
something.
went up to 4.69.
Is the new truck gas or diesel?
Diesel.
The new dump truck? Oh, it's diesel? Oh, okay.
We opted for diesel because of the longevity and the exhaust brake for our hills.
And, yeah, diesel engine lasts longer than gas. No,
Yeah, oh, that's
hot.
awesome. I just didn't know.
Yeah, no, it's a diesel.
Okay.
So does anything really need to be changed right now, or do we still have, I mean, it's in August?
you still have time, it's just if you have any questions, or if you really wanna push something, you know, it's the time to talk to Dick, because most of the time, because Dick comes into the office, we go through the budget, but you guys actually have a say in the whole thing. So, if you want,
Then we should be sitting down together as a group going over it before it's even this far.
yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, if you want another one before July's meeting, because I come back on the 20th, we can always do another one if you guys want. But right now is time to ask questions.
So I
Maybe
see-
think about something that we haven't thought of that's gonna go up, because, you know, it just seems like everything's going up.
So I see there's an equipment fuel under operations for 500. Now, is that 1,200, is that just the total for all of the, or is there 500 in one account, 1,200 in another account, under another thing? So right here,
Operations for which one?
operations, it says 20-85705 equipment fuel is 500, and then there was that other
Oh,
one for
okay,
1,200.
yeah, this one, that would be under water fund.
So is the 1,200 the total from all the funds, or is that 500 from this fund plus the 1,200 from another fund?
It all depends upon what they're using it for. So like if they're using something for water, like digging.
Right, but on the budget here, we had that 500 there, and then the 1,200 that we were talking about up into 2,000. So I'm just curious as if is the 1,200, so do we actually have 1,200, or do we have 1,700? Cause we have 1,200 in parks.
You have 2,000 in streets, and then you have 500 in water.
For each one is individual.
For
Each,
equipment, fuel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
for gas.
Because we have to
For
allocate
parking.
sometimes,
Yeah,
you know,
Okay,
like,
so we have 1,200 in park, and then we have 500 in,
water.
and then you said
and then there's,
2,000 in streets, so we're
Yes.
actually at almost $4,000.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Mhm.
That's good.
Yeah, you get, you
Does the
just
sewer have a fuel
kind of
engine?
broke up the
No.
individuals, so.
Because I do have a generator down there that takes diesel.
Oh,
where
okay.
you're using
See,
the fuel
and that's good to know,
Right.
because then I'll
Yeah,
put
I
it as generator.
understand that, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that it was, each fund was separate, not like,
And I
so that
feel
we
that
actually have
actually
almost
is.
4,000
But
and
it's
not
gonna need
just
it probably
1,200.
before the,
Yeah, yeah,
before the
Okay,
budget.
so 4,000 I think would be,
yeah.
hopefully be good for just,
So, because we can add that.
Well, when they get to the top of the hill, they can coast down.
Yeah.
and I start taking the gator to town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I would say I don't see anything else that, as far as I'm concerned.
The only thing, I mean, I guess we're just commenting, it says sludge disposal under the wastewater treatment plant. It says the budget's 13,000. Is that right?
There's the sewer.
Is that the budget?
Where's sludge?
Yeah,
We
that
haven't hauled any
Page
out,
8.
have we?
No, I haven't yet, but
No, not yet,
it's
but
all gonna hit at once. So
Yes,
that 13,000 is what I'm saying is you may not.
that's why, because last year we didn't use any, so we knocked it down to 4. But because we don't have,
Well, either once we get the dump truck, or if I can't wait that long, I have to have someone haul it away, it's gonna,
Do that.
it'll be expensive.
that's
They're-
why,
they're gonna
but
charge
right
the-
now you have the 13.
Right, I'm just saying that's fine.
Yeah,
That's-
because
I'm not asking for a
hopefully by
50% decrease,
October
I'm
we'll
just
have
saying
everything.
It's probably gonna,
So we have the 13 now, but for next fiscal year, you're only gonna have 4.
okay.
So is that gonna be enough?
If we have our own truck by then, it should be enough.
Well, hopefully we'll have our truck by October.
But the 13 now
Hope so.
is good because like I said, I may have to pay a contractor to use our dump truck. I'm kind of in negotiations with Lake Tahoe Sanitation, who owns Clearwater Compost,
Right.
but they didn't want to take it because it was too dry. Well, Frank said they can't really refuse us because they're supposed to be in a contract with us, so now I've got to figure out
Well, and
what to do with
if
it.
they're, because Josh and I talked about this a little bit about going to Soton County, I would call and see if you could take it to Moscow.
Well, that's what I want to do.
To the, either their compost facility or even the dirt landfill if they're gonna throw
Because
it there.
Moscow doesn't haul it to Lewiston, to
No.
Clearwater Compost, so they're doing something with their sludge.
They have the same facility in Moscow as they do in
They
Lewiston.
do?
Mhm.
Well, where's it at?
On the way to the inert landfill to the demo pile. I was there when they put it in. That's the pilot project was in Moscow.
Well, I wonder why she didn't
Is
say
that the
anything
one
to me about
before?
that.
When you get to the top of the hill and go up medical Moscow, you turn off the left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go up there and there's the transfer station and then they have all the other piles. And if you go further up, there's a brush pile and that's where the city of Moscow takes theirs.
Okay.
So they have the same, it's not as big as the Clearwater compost one, but that's where it all started, was in Moscow, and then they expanded to Lewiston, and they even get the sludge from Grangeville and Plummer. They just put roll-off boxes and then it goes right into a roll-off box.
Okay.
So something I would check with them as far as how much a roll-off box would be versus a contractor, to see if it'll be cheaper for them just to bring a box down and we
That
just
would
dump
be
it in the box.
amazing. Then we wouldn't have to buy a trailer or anything.
Yeah, so I would check with them on bringing a box down and just throw our sludge in the box if we don't get a chance to haul it ourselves.
Okay.
So, call and talk to Lake Tahoe Sanitation and call and talk to Amanda.
Amanda, okay, I'll call her again.
Yeah, and she'll be actually at June's meeting.
Oh, she will? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's another option versus if it's, especially instead of paying a contractor.
Well, when I called her, she
It's a
just
whole
said,
lot cheaper anyway, to have one
Well,
of
and
the
if-
dumpsters come down and just
Right.
scoop her up, dump her in
You
there.
can do it all at once, yeah. And if you need me to, just let me know and I can call her and chat with her about it too.
Well, she just told me I need to call another guy named Tim. He's in charge of the,
Oh, Tim from the
Program.
city of Moscow.
so,
Yeah, he's their solid waste coordinator for Moscow.
okay,
But, yeah, call Lata, call Tim,
okay,
and then we can talk to Amanda about it.
okay.
And, yeah, if we can get it that way, I think that'll be better until we can get our own truck.
Yeah, if they've got roll-offs, that would be,
Yeah, they're down, they come through here all the time,
okay.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And if they're gonna throw up at about the dryness, then we can see about doing the landfill part of it. But if they're under contract with us and they're gonna cut us a deal, or they're just gonna have to accept it.
Yeah,
That's my
exactly.
thoughts.
Well, and I didn't know how to say that exactly.
I'll help you out if you
I didn't
need
want
help.
to,
I speak garbage.
okay, well, I didn't wanna step on the toes I didn't know I was stepping on.
Yeah, I speak fluid garbage.
Okay,
Okay, my next thing is, okay, so if you look at I know, just a minute. If you look at it's 64,636 and 38 cents
What are we
Where?
looking at?
for the ARPA fund under sewer,
What page?
7.
7.
Okay, 64,600.
Okay, that is already earmarked and we have signed off on it for the
Truck.
wastewater.
Oh.
Wastewater.
So the other stuff was for the truck.
Now, we're getting another one in July this year. That is not earmarked. We can use some of it for the truck, but we can also, and we're gonna use some of it for that GPS thing.
Yeah,
But because we put it under revenue replacement, we can pretty much put it anywhere that they allow, which is water, wastewater, replacement, and payroll adjustments. So, basically, we can put it anywhere we'd like. But we do have to, I think we have to use it by 2026, if I'm not mistaken. Just so you know. So, I know CETA's probably gonna use that in the next year. They're 64, 630, 638. So, we could, because we are gonna use 10,000 towards that GPS, we can use, 40,000 towards, or the 30,000. We can use the 30,000 for, the blade and the whatever thingy.
Spreader.
Spreader, thank you. But those are things to think about, because I try to put down under revenue, because if you notice, it's operating revenue, how much we got for ARPA, and then that we know where that's going into sewer. So if we want to use it for the blade, we'll put it under streets, where the dump, we got our capital outlay for. So,
hello.
the 138, yeah, we go under streets, so, we would put it under the general fund, the 50,000 under ARPA fund, there. And then sewer will add that extra 10 and put it there, so.
Do you need a copy?
I can print them out one real quick.
I can just look at mine.
Okay, because I have it open, so it just takes a sec. So, but that's one thing. Okay, Beck, what did you want to say?
I think everything looks good and good. I think it's,
Okay.
Why are the legal fees jumping up so high?
Because they're charging more.
From 3,500 to 10,000 in one spot, and from 5,000 to 20,000 in another spot. 10,000 to,
Let's see, legal.
What page are you on?
oh, let's see.
I think it's at the beginning, general. Legal fees, 30, oh, yeah. Okay, so we're estimating it's gonna be, but it has to be divided out between that and the sewer.
Right,
So we need that 30,000 to be divided out, so it'll probably
right,
just
but
go
on
to
page
10.
7, legal fees, you've got 3,500, 10,000, I mean, that's a heck of a jump.
Yeah, so,
A lot of these, I don't understand why they've jumped so radical, I mean, I know things are going up, but some of this is just insane.
legal fees under water should be,
She's talking about one under operations, went from 3,500 to 10,000.
Well, on any of them, that's how they are.
yeah,
I don't know if we're gonna have extra fees with any of this grant stuff for the new sewer project, any extra attorney fees, or
yeah.
are we gonna have any of those? Like, is that what some of this is covering?
Probably so, because you're gonna have to make sure everything is up to.
Page 7.
And the bidding.
And
The
under
bidding.
administration for medical, 10,000 to 27,000.
That on page
Page 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't understand that.
We probably wanted to put it down below. We can switch it, that's okay.
Page 1, what line?
Under
Page
medical fee, medical
Under
insurance.
administration, it says medical insurance. Yeah, that did,
Do you see it?
It's on the bottom page of 1, bottom of the page on page 1. Under administration, medical insurance.
Okay, right there.
yeah, so let me check water. Yeah, that can go down to 6. Cause we divide it out.
So this is just showing
Yeah.
it not divided out to all the other
Right.
ones, so that's why it's showing such a big
Yeah, but
jump
then
right
I
there.
also have it as already in there, as going up, so we'll down that. and-
Right, so, but it's going up, but it's not going up 17, like, not in one spot.
No,
Right, not one spot, but overall, it's still a lot to go up.
Yeah.
Just-
So is,
we can keep it at 10, that's fine.
well, I guess the question would be, if something goes up somewhere, like the legal fees go up, does that mean money is coming out of somewhere else? Or is our total revenue increased that we have to balance it somehow, that we balance? I mean, I guess maybe I should
No.
start there. I guess I don't know.
Let me see.
Well, I think we don't know for sure what our tax revenue is gonna be, because the county hasn't
Right.
released that yet. So our revenue might
Right.
go up.
So, but I guess what we're projecting, this total on the future year, is it more than our current year? And
Well, I think both budgets show
Okay, so-
our current year.
Our
uh,
insurance
next
right
year.
now is a little less than 2,200 a month. So you multiply that by 12, you get 26,400. I think that's why we came up with 27. But I keep forgetting that it gets divided out between water and sewer, so I
So
just
it only
put
went
it
up a couple $100, not 17,000.
Right,
So then
so,
it should be offset the other way, then on the 10,000, it should be 10,000 then on the other one, right?
right.
Well, it's because on this year, she didn't separate it out into each individual.
Because
fund.
his
Right,
is
but that's what
different
makes
than
it look
mine.
bad.
See, mine is almost 1,000 a month, so it would be over, it would be 12,000 for just, medical insurance under administration. Not to mention that we have to take, and we have to pay Wendy for hers out of it. So that gets
So that's
taken
supposed to
out of
be
the
12
10,
instead of 27.
10, 150.
So it went up 2,000 instead of 17,000.
So we usually pay her about,
Divided
what is it,
between
about 400
each
to
individual
500
fund.
a month
So, because some of it comes out of each fund.
for Wendy.
So that's why it looks so
Sandy.
bad, is because it wasn't
So-
divided between the other funds.
But on that administration, it should
So-
show the 26 and.
Yeah, and it should be about 18,000 that we pay this year.
Well, looking at that though, I mean, I guess before it gets brought to us, since we're not involved in it, it should be lined out like that, so then there's no questions of why it's going up $17,000 in
Yeah.
one spot.
Yeah. So,
Actually, you can look at that, I can look at it on my phone.
I don't mind sharing,
Oh,
whatever works for you.
yeah, no, I just thought, I didn't wanna be logging it, so.
No, no.
so we'll knock that down, and we'll just keep that at 10. And,
Disperse
because at the
rest.
end of the year, it's December, it starts changing, or January 1st. So that's hard to judge if it's gonna go up or if it's gonna go down. Last year it went up a couple $100. So,
So you'll fix those and then we'll get to see it before,
yes, yes.
so we'll have one more, at least one more review before we. Anybody else have any other questions?
Did you have anything, is the fire department doing anything that needs extra funds?
As long as nothing blows up, we're all right.
Okay,
Yeah, so, that medical cleans out 18,000.
Because we do have, yeah, if something, we still have quite a big chunk of change if something does blow up.
You shouldn't have said that.
We have,
Yeah.
but I checked all of that. I do the maintenance, so maintenance is good. But all that crap is old, so.
There's a few gremlins, I'm sure.
okay, so I didn't put anything down for new hookup, if you notice, on page 7 for sewer
Never
fund.
know.
So we usually keep 1,000 or 2,000, how much is that sewer hookup?
I think sewer is 2,500, isn't it?
I
Isn't
think
water?
so.
No,
water's
no,
less.
not what we charge.
Not what we charge.
What you cost, what,
What it cost for us to.
What it costs.
yeah, you know,
Well,
for the materials and
well,
stuff.
we had to buy a saddle for the sewer pipe, and they're not cheap, they're probably about $500 or $600. Then, we usually don't buy the sewer pipe, because they usually have to provide it all the way to them. But then we have to dig in our time.
But that's just considered but we're talking about, because,
So you'll get an average and then you'll put it under that for,
yeah,
so that way there, we have a budget for one hookup and then when they pay, then we'll replace that and.
yeah.
Okay.
Same thing with meters. Are meters going up or down, or have we replaced any meters?
We have,
That,
we're
I-
down to one new one left. We're gonna replace the school meter, which is a bigger one, but we have it, we already have it. But we will, be having to buy some more regular meters.
right, because we like to keep some on hand.
We had 2 cases, which was 8 meters. We bought those probably 3 years ago. We haven't bought any since, so, but we haven't been replacing, so we're down to 1. So,
Whenever you go to town, throw all them old meters you got piled up down
Oh,
there.
I know.
And haul them to
we
the
had a recycle.
barn, yeah.
Yeah, all those,
Because there's a
There's a
hassle
pile.
in them down there.
yeah,
It,
yeah, there's a pile.
yeah, there's
So that will be, I don't know if we'll do it before October or not, but
Do you know how much meters are? I mean, we just would like to have enough funds in there. You know what I'm
they're
saying?
not exactly cheap. I would estimate $300 per meter.
Okay.
You could probably just call and get a price and
Yeah,
then.
we can call and get a price, yeah.
Okay.
Under, let's see, page 5, under operations, phone, 1,300 to 4,000. Why?
Page 3.
Page 5.
Oh, because, there's the cell phone and, the tablet that are coming out for water, and sewer. And then, our regular phone is divided out between water and, sewer and admin. And then the water plant has its own phone now. And that's like 40-some bucks, on top of that. So, when we divide it out, 45, what is it, about 45, 47 is divided out three ways. Actually 4 now because the fire department, so we take some of the phone out of there, just for the cell phone and the tablets. And then, his other one is about, ranges from $45 to $50.
So we added $2,700 in a year of phone service stuff.
So,
Is that what you're saying?
because we had to add, because we added a phone that we, TDS, if you look at the TDS bill, there's 3 bills.
Right?
So, a lot of times it's over $100 a month for just our phone here, which is divided out. And then, the, water plant phone.
So the water plant phone is the new phone.
Right,
And
and then
the fire
all
station
gets
phone is
allocated
the
just to the water.
We got, ours is internet, it's $40 a month.
Or internet, not
Right.
Yeah,
phone, but
Yeah,
$400.
it goes under the phone.
There's a
400,
separate-
right, correct, it goes under.
And I think TDS charges us for the siren line too, as a phone.
Yeah,
That's probably already built in.
so, yeah. So with the water one, the reason why the phone went up on that one is because we have, not last year, but the following year, halfway through the fiscal year, and we hadn't allocated for it, so we had gone over budget, so that's why we added. So, this year, because we have to think about the higher cost of what we've been getting, especially with the CARES Act money, you know, all the, their cell phones and tablets now, so. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we have to move to, accept it?
No, we
No,
have to.
we're not making anything, decisions.
No, we're just
asking
discussing it, and if
questions.
you guys are done, we just adjourn.
Yeah.
I move we adjourn.
Second. Does anybody have any more questions?
No.
I just want to apologize. Making it by 5 proved to be more difficult than I anticipated.
It happens.
Yeah. Life
Mark,
happens.
you can take this if you want,
Okay.
and then you can look at it and
Because we can still make changes.
Yes.